And we are back with Dr. Kelly Gebhardt with Happy Tales Veterinary Clinic, answering your pet questions. This person says, with the holidays and travel, should I kennel my dog, and will updated shots keep him safe?
I think it's just a known risk. If you choose to kennel your dog, you're putting them in basically a doggy daycare situation where, just like little kids, when you go into daycare, you know you're going to get exposed to potential infectious diseases, right? Respiratory diseases and other things. So if it's one of those situations where you have no other option, then it's just a known risk that they could get exposed to something. And most boarding facilities won't even allow you to board unless your pets are up to date on all the necessary vaccines. And most vaccines will help decrease the severity of illnesses. Like Bordetella doesn't prevent them from getting it, but it hopefully decreases the severity of it, just like the flu vaccine in us. It won't prevent us from getting it, but it will hopefully decrease the severity of the illness. So not all vaccines prevent illness, but they hopefully decrease the severity.
I know you said no bones, but this person says, are pig or water buffalo ears appropriate for dogs to chew on?
They're okay. The pros are they're not bones, and they are digestible, and they are yummy, and they are satisfying for them to chew. The cons are the risk of salmonella and the high fat content. So you can get intestinal upset from those. So if there's salmonella, you can get bacterial gastroenteritis or pancreatitis. And with the high fat in them, it can also cause gastroenteritis or pancreatitis. Speaking from personal experience, the pig ears have a lot of fat and can cause some intestinal upset in dogs, as it did in my own. But so there are pros and cons.
Okay.
Better than both, though.
A 9-year-old collie never had health issues. 2 weeks ago, throwing up, stopped after a couple of days, now throwing up again. Are there any other home remedies to try other than pumpkin, rice, and chicken?
I think that's a pretty solid home remedy set right there. I think at this point, if she's having some recurrent issues, I definitely recommend getting her checked out by a regular vet to make sure that there's not something going on there. She's 9 years old. She's getting into that, early senior category. So you want to make sure that systemically she's healthy and that there's nothing underlying this new intestinal upset. So I think it's time to go to a veterinarian.
They have an 11-year-old Chihuahua, black teeth and bad breath. Will not let them brush the dog's teeth. The dental chews doesn't like them. What are their options?
At this point, it's time for a veterinary assessment. Unfortunately, black teeth and bad breath makes me concerned that there are just really bad periodontal disease, and that a dental cleaning with probable extractions is going to be in your pupper's future. At this point, I don't think brushing is going to be helpful.
Yeah, you actually have to put the dogs under to do that dental cleaning.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
General anesthesia and x-rays and probable extractions as well.
Okay. Since it is this time of year, we're going to be giving all of our dogs and cats treats, and we usually like to wrap them up in paper because we like to see them try and claw through it and all that kind of stuff and bite through it. Is that okay?
Yes, I think it's fine as long as you're supervising it to make sure that they're not eating it. But yeah, watching them tear it open is super fun. Just do it with supervision. Okay,
and so we're going to be giving them treats, and we indulge in treats around this time of year. How many treats is too many treats?
Well, think of it like a cookie for us. So one biscuit for your dog is like one cookie for you, right? And of course it's size dependent too. If you give your Chihuahua a bone this big, that's probably the equivalent to a whole pie for us. If you give your Great Dane a little tiny treat, that's a different proportion as well. So you got to think about size of treat versus size of pet. And every time you give them a cookie, think of it as a cookie for you. So I would love to eat 10 Oreos in a day, but it would not be good for my waistline.
Right, and probably not make your tummy feel good either. This person is saying, my cat is not eating. What do I need to do to help him get over that?
I think you definitely would want to follow up with your regular vet about that, because there might be a reason why they are not eating. Is it dental pain, intestinal issues, kidney disease? There could be a lot of issues. So getting an exam, if you tried different food and tried canned foods and they're still not eating, then follow up with your regular vet.
Gotcha. I love that your cat had made an appearance. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for your time and expertise. We appreciate it. We've got all this information. It will be on our website in the Two Wants to Know section.